welcome to the show. I'm Mark.
I'm Britain.
All right, so, well, let's just get started. The movie today was, if you can call it a movie, it was more of a made-for-Hulu kind of TV or Hulu movie, and it was called The Current Occupant.
Yep. Go on.
I was gonna say, I know we both have differing opinions about this movie.
I think this is the first instance of that. I thought it was I didn't think it was a bad movie at all. I thought it kind of played fast and loose with with the overall theme and the suspense, but I thought it was a very solid movie overall. Could have been better, but not bad.
I'm gonna start with kind of listing the things that I did like about the movie.
Okay.
And
shall we start with the premise of the movie?
Yeah, actually, I think that's probably a good idea.
All right. The premise of the movie is a man wakes up in a hospital, and he has no memory, and he kind of goes through a routine until someone kind of whispers in his ear who he actually is, and it starts this overall conspiracy to which spoiler alerts, he's kind of told that he's the president of the United States,
and the vice president is locking him out and trying to take over power of the White House.
Yeah, he was brought to the hospital after a failed assassination attempt.
And yeah, I think that kind of sums up the movie in general.
Yeah,
and I will say the things I do like, because it goes a little bit with what you were saying before, where I know you're saying that the movie never really lets up with the suspense and I guess the intrigue.
I do like my intrigue.
And I will say that to its credit, this movie was never boring. Yeah. I will say that it was ham-fisted a bit.
A little bit. I can give you that.
But and the other thing I do think I can say that I like about this movie was that there was the way that they did the quick edits and the quick cuts and a lot of things, they kind of did make it almost feel like reality was coming apart.
Yeah.
You never really felt on solid ground about what to believe and what to do and everything like that. But the things I didn't like about it kind of outweighed it. And the most, I guess, glaring problem is we both called the ending of this basically from the very beginning. Like, we knew from the get-go, within like 15 minutes, what the ending was going to be, and there was no surprises at the end.
Yeah, I can get behind that. That was a little bit disappointing.
Like, I remember saying as we were watching it that, again, these are all going to be spoilers now, that it would have been a bigger twist and a better payoff if it did actually turn out that this man was president of the United States, because then it would be something interesting, something different. But instead, we have a movie where a man wakes up, the whole movie they're telling him he's just a crazy man, and it turns out he's just a crazy man. So there really wasn't much of a point for any of it.
Yeah, like when we were discussing earlier during the movie, if they kind of go through this rigmarole trying to convince him he's the president while also not trying to convince him he's the president, it's kind of like Shutter Island, and like, which is fine. Shutter Island did it all right, but that was Shutter Island. Why kind of repackage the same thing? As we were watching the movie, I was kind of thinking a better concept would be, he is indeed the president, and during the movie there are these flashbacks where he ends up shooting his wife, or his wife gets killed, or something like that. It's kind of a little bit vague, and it would have been a nice premise that it turns out, yes, he is indeed the president, and they kind of keep him under this form of sedation, or kind of keep his memory all kinds of scrambled, because while he is the president, he did murder the first lady, and he did go crazy and is unfit for office.
So he's just kind of like a crazy president, and they're trying to not have the crazy president because, like, yeah, you may be the president, but you're also a murderer.
Yeah. So it's, I would have it that, yeah, he murders his wife and he tries to launch the nukes.
Mm-hmm.
And
like in the guy in the Dead Zone in the future.
Dead Zone in the future?
Well, no, we watched the Dead Zone, and spoiler. And one of the things that Christopher Walken sees is that if Martin Sheen becomes president, like, he'll just launch the nukes in the future and, like, pretty much cause World War III.
I'm trying to remember Dead Zone.
Let's see. Dead Zone is, again, it's Christopher Walken. And whenever he touched somebody, he could kind of see their future.
Oh, yeah.
And it was an alright movie.
Yeah.
I remember us having a discussion about it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie was no Dead Zone, nothing like that.
Yeah.
It was just a woman yelling at him for 90 minutes of saying, "You're not the president of the United States. This is bonkers. Like, really think about it." And him saying, "Yeah, no, I'm the president. It doesn't matter what you say. I'm just going to keep on believing what I want to believe." And then at the end, he's like, "Oh, I'm not the president. Or am I?"
Yeah.
No, I guess I'm not.
Let's see. I think it would have been better, had they, because at the end of the movie, they kind of wrote themselves into a corner where it's like it's either this man's crazy or he's not. Which I guess is kind of the outcome of the whole thing anyway, since he's in an asylum. But
like, you want to know what this outcome is going to be. It has to be one or the other.
Which, I don't know. I think they could have done something better. Your idea,
it would have been both.
Yeah.
Okay, he may be the president, but he's also kind of a lunatic.
Yeah, and it would kind of make, it wouldn't kind of make sense that. Well, you would think that if the president goes batshit insane and wants to kill the whole world, that you would want, even though he's still in power, you would, kind of want him secured in a facility. And also, you probably don't want to remove his power with the 25th Amendment because, this is also politics, so that would be politically bad.
Yeah. It's like, all right, maybe we need to, like, the nukes were fine actually for the Secret Service, as far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
It was shooting the first lady that was like, listen, launching all the nukes at Jamaica, because they smell bad or something. I don't know. He just mixed up some crazy thing like Jamaica. The whole country is actually full of trolls.
All of Jamaica smells like pineapples.
And I'm tired. I don't like pineapples. That's the sound of nukes, actually. They sound very
tiny. They're very tiny nukes.
They sound like pew-pew lasers, but they're not. They're nukes. The cabinet would look at it and be like, I support his decisions because this is our president here. But once he starts, actually taking physical violence against the first lady, then it becomes a conflict of interest for them.
We can't market that.
How are we gonna spin this? It's like, well, to be fair, the first lady smelled like pineapples.
And that apparently triggers him.
She did just buy that new pineapple lotion, and she put it in and around her neck region, and for some reason, it just kind of, things went a little funny.
He was ravenous like a dog. He kind of went into a fugue state and bit her neck open.
Yeah, so we actually had to step in, and we had to, restrain him, because I'll be honest, we just got that new pineapple-scented hand soap in the White House bathroom, and we don't want this to happen again, let's nip this in the bud while we can.
And I'm looking at you, Gary. No pineapples on the pizza. We've had this discussion and this debate around the office.
What's wrong with a Hawaiian pizza? I like Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah, and we we all kind of decided to give you your space, but now it's now it's a national security thing, so...
He's locked in a bunker in an insane asylum. I think I can have my pineapple on my pizza now.
Look, with billions of lives at stake, I think we're gonna play it safe,
like,
Gary.
He's underground. He's like the vice president's in charge now.
Like, this building's very old. You don't know where those vents lead.
You know what? I'll make a concession to you.
It's not like you're an intern. You don't make concessions.
I'll make a concession to you, Mr. Secretary of Defense. I will have my pineapple on pizza.
No.
But I'll eat it in the bathroom.
No.
I'll eat it in the closet.
No.
I'll eat it on the roof.
You can eat it on the street because you're fired.
I will eat it on the street then.
Very good.
This is so worth it.
This is not the street. This is still the Oval Office.
You think I want to be involved with a White House that shot the First Lady and launched nukes at Bahamas?
Jamaica.
You can. Is that Jamaica? It was Jamaica, not the Bahamas.
It was Jamaica.
I'm just making up problems now as we
know.
go along. These pineapples are good.
All right, Secret Service, shoot him.
What? Ow! Ow! Pew, pew, pew. They shot him with nukes.
Little tiny nukes that explode his heart.
Well, that wasn't very nice. He's in the hospital, and they're serving him pizza intravenously with the pineapples on it.
That way, no odor escapes.
Beep, beep, beep. Oh, great! We got a slice of ham in the heart. Because it's intravenous.
Yeah, I guess it's not a good idea to eat food through your veins.
You know, you say that now, but actually, I don't even know what kind of food you could eat through your veins. I think I heard that. That's right. I heard that. I am a Swedish plumber. I think I heard that milk is technically considered a food, at least the milk that that you get at the store.
Yeah.
Because there's I think so many parts that go into making milk that's not just it's not like water where the only ingredient you need is water. I hear because there's just enough ingredients that they have to make milk homogenized and everything like that it can technically be considered food and not drink. Of course, I could be full of shit. I forget where I even heard that. So, but I guess if that's true, then milk would be a food you could have intravenously. And on that note, milkshakes.
I don't know.
Maybe V8.
I think even though it's homogenized and pasteurized, there's probably still a minute amount of bacteria in there that you're just bypassing the whole immune system thing and directly injecting it into your body.
It's like you're gonna get milk shooting through your heart.
Like somehow smallpox comes back because of this.
Smallpox, nothing. It's smallpox 2.0. It's big pox. It's two-pox.
Yes.
Maybe ketchup. Maybe put ketchup in your veins.
It's fatal. Like 2-pox, but it makes you one of the best rappers there is.
It's it is. You will die within 24 hours, but those 24 hours, you are going to be spitting some fire, man.
You're like the orderlies are going to be aghast with the disses you're giving.
One of the orderlies is gonna quit because of it. I don't know, man. He talked about my fat, ugly mama. I just can't take this anymore.
Look, he has 2-pox. You gotta kind of anticipate this.
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know. I think I was doing a bit of Jim Carrey at the end there from the Cable Guy.
I haven't seen the Cable Guy in decades.
I saw it only once, and it was I think it was 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I remember liking it, but I remember thinking man, this is a really dark movie.
Yeah.
I knew going in that it was going to be a dark movie, but I was like, man, I didn't expect it to be this dark.
It was. I think it wasn't. It was also not very well received.
No, not at all.
Mainly because it came on the coattails of The Mask. So and Ace Ventura. So everyone was thinking like, oh, this is going to be another wacky adventure.
And that was Matthew Broderick, right?
I believe so.
I think that was actually a role that I was like, you know what, this actually works to his style. One of the 2 roles that works to his style.
Yeah,
so,
kind of a demure, mousy little man.
And it worked, and I believed in Matthew Broderick in that movie. I believed that he was a mousy, tiny, demure little man. But yeah, like, so I watched it, and I thought that it was, like I said, I thought it was pretty funny at points. I thought it was like, man, this is kind of a fucked up movie at points. But they had a Mask cartoon. I don't know if you remember.
Vaguely.
They had an Ace Ventura cartoon, and they had a Dumb and Dumber cartoon.
Yeah.
Where was the Cable Guy cartoon?
Oh man, I can only imagine the Cable Guy cartoon where, you know, I'm guessing they wouldn't have Matthew Broderick, but his character is just, what was that?
They could have gotten his voice.
I guess. But, you know, his character is always finding little things in his apartment because of this guy. Like, oh, he's put a camera in my toilet again.
Yeah, there's always an adventure where the Cable Guy's like annoying him in some way that, you know, but because it's a cartoon, they're still friends.
Yeah,
they're good friends. It's just that one's more annoying than the other.
Like, he has to meet with the big CEO of his company because he might be getting that big promotion. But oh, here comes the Cable Guy.
But even though the Cable Guy is, you know, uncouth and completely off the wall, the CEO stands up and says, "Simmons," or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
"That was the best damn presentation I've ever seen."
Or is
you
it like
got the promotion?
Or is it like that long-winded, "I've been with this company for 75 years. I've seen every type of presentation there is to be presented, and that was the best dang gun presentation I've ever seen."
And Matthew Broderick's like, "I'm sorry, sir, it won't happen again." But, wait, what?
Yep, exactly.
And it's always, they always ride off into the sunset, or they go, like, you know, but it's always like, "We got lucky this time, Cable Guy."
I don't know why, but for some reason in my head, they're riding a tandem bicycle.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer. And so on. I feel like singing the whole damn song. You get where I'm going.
I know where he's going.
It's a bicycle bill for 2. But yeah, that's their mode of transportation. Here's the pilot. Yeah. After everything that happened in the movie The Cable Guy, now the Cable Guy has to move in. And boy, are they roommates that don't get along.
Yeah, I'm sure they're an odd couple.
Oh, they are a very odd couple. One is more odd than the other.
Mm-hmm. And the other one's kind of insecure.
Yep. And they're always getting in misadventures, but somehow through it all, the friendship blossoms and he learns that maybe the Cable Guy's not always wrong. Maybe the Cable Guy knows a little bit more about life than he does.
Like, there's always some kind of life lesson to his stalking that he learns at the end of each episode.
And there's like a little PSA at the end of each episode. But they're like, but they're ridiculous.
Some people say that I like to stalk people, but that's not a good thing to do. I don't remember his voice. I think he had a little bit of a lisp.
He was a goon from a gangster movie. Apparently, he was Luca Brasi. Some people say that I'm a stalker, and that your first son will be a masculine one. I don't know. I really don't know what to make out of this PSA, but I'm afraid to not listen to it.
It's warning me about something. But I guess I had better heed it.
It's like, I've seen what Luca Brasi does to people, and I don't want that to happen to myself.
Nor during my wedding.
He'll make me an offer he can't refuse, and that offer is look both ways before you cross the street, or Luca Brasi gonna run you down.
Matthew Broderick and Luca Brasi
That's
in
the odd couple.
In the Cable Guy.
Cable Guy.
What is it that I can do for you tonight?
Mr. Guy of Cable. I don't know. On the day of my cable wedding. I'm just speaking gibberish now.
Is it? I have a feeling that Luca Brasi was always like super formal. Like he could never be casual. Oh, so what can I get you today at Starbucks? I've come here to purchase one of your beverages.
Okay, what kind of beverage would you like, sir?
I require a venti latte with extra milk.
Oh, would you like foam on that or whipped cream?
It would be an honor if you were to give me whipped cream on my latte.
Okay, and how about some cinnamon on top of it?
I am not worthy of any types of cinnamon or spices thereof.
No cinnamon. Okay, so we'll just take a seat and we'll be out in just a minute. What name should I put on the order?
Scum, because that is what I am amongst your presence.
All right, venti latte for Scum.
I like this.
Yeah, Luca Brasi's not so bad.
I like hyper formal Luca Brasi.
Hey, it's like it kind of makes him less scary now.
He's just very socially awkward and doesn't know how to tone it down a bit.
But you know what? Like, you know, people aren't gonna say anything. He's a big guy, you know.
Like, you don't have to do that, Luca. Like, no, it is something that I must do because I have no faith in myself or humanity.
Oh, okay. Okay, you know what? That makes sense then. You do you. I have a feeling Luca Brasi was always picked last on the dodgeball team.
Like whenever
gym class.
Whenever it wasn't when he was ever was first pick, or even second to last, it was just, oh, what an honor. He's like Zoidberg. I'm here on the day of your daughter's wedding.
Zoid Brasi.
Brotsberg.
Luca Berg. That's not very good. That's no fun at all. I front-ended mine.
Oh man. Though I imagine if it's someone like the president, he's just, hey, how's it going?
Yeah. He's super cash with the Godfather because he feels that it's the only friend he has. I am honored to speak to you on the day of your funeral. It's like, man, he's really nailing this eulogy, I'll tell you that much.
Like, oh, he's doing the eulogy, or is he? I thought he was not really getting the hint. He's not really getting the hint and still asking for favors.
Oh, maybe he's talking to the corpse.
Yeah, that's what I kind of imagined. He's talking to the corpse of the Godfather, still asking for favors. Kisses the ring.
And for some reason, I imagine that the Godfather's got coins over his eyes. I don't know. It seems about right to me.
Very old-fashioned funeral. They believe in their tradition.
Like they send him out to sea, and they shoot the flaming arrows at him.
Luca with the. It's an honor to shoot an arrow at your pyre. Oh.
It's like, I want to see a whole prequel movie of just Luca Brasi. I want to see a whole series of Luca Brasi. You had your Gary Busey just talks about stuff. I want to see Luca Brasi just talks about stuff.
Yeah, I would like to see that too. He just like, what an honor that you have given me 2 ply when 1 ply was only what is necessary.
1 ply was very much sufficient for my needs.
Oh man!
Like, the more you put him in a modern setting, it gets even funnier. You know what? I'm gonna say it. He's the third stooge. You got Mo, you got Larry, and you got Luca. Gentlemen, please Why all the fighting?
I imagine Luca would just kind of bring the the show to a dead stop. Like they'd be smacking each other, and then Luca would just go on this rambling monologue about honor.
I imagine they break a 2x4 over his head, but it doesn't register. He doesn't notice. Oh, you seem to have broken your large plank of wood.
Now time for go to bed.
It's Tor Johnson. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, Larry.
He scares me. Every time we hit him, he thanks us.
He's a spooky guy, that one.
I think he's haunted.
Then they find Larry. They wake up one day and Larry's been throttled with a garrote wire.
He threatened the honor of who would he murder?
Shemp.
He threatened it. Wow. Shemp should be doing the Luca, like the Luca honor thing.
It's like they were oh, what are we gonna do? Like him and Luca have to bury Larry out somewhere, like somewhere far enough away from the city, but not too far away.
Some wetlands.
Yeah. All right, now we say this to no one. My lips are sealed. Okay. That's how you bring in more Stooges.
He's almost borderline a neckbeard. Like, milady, it would honor me if you would accompany me to the Ren Fair.
See, I'm not gonna say that about Luca Brasi because, like, somewhere deep down I feel he's still alive and just watching us. So I'm afraid to say anything bad about Luca Brasi.
They say he still roams these streets at night.
On a full moon, on the Friday the 13th, if you drive down Luca Brasi Bridge, he might appear on the corner.
And honor you with his presence. And thank you for visiting. You're
just trying to scare me.
Ooh, I thank you for visiting me on this day of Friday the 13th. You do your family and my family honor.
Drive.
They say there's handprints on the back of your car from when Luca Brasi was pushing it.
Trying to help you out of the jam you was in. You do, you say Luca, bloody Luca 5 times in the mirror with the lights out. He'll appear in the mirror and he'll welcome you to the bathroom and thank him for the honor. Or thank you for the honor of having such a nice decor. Thank you for inviting me into your home on the day of your daughter's wedding. I knew we shouldn't have done it this day. I knew any other day we could have done this, but we had to pick the day of our daughter's wedding.
If you throw salt over your shoulder, it always lands on Luca's plate, no matter where.
Always lands on his spaghetti.
Thank you for providing nourishing sustenance for my meal.
I think that's what he was eating when he was killed in The Godfather.
Was he eating spaghetti?
I think he was. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was eating a burrito. I don't know. Like, I remember that scene. I always watch that scene because, I actually like The Godfather 1 more than all of them. And, but for some reason, I can't always remember. The only reason I think it's spaghetti is because, or maybe the guys were eating spaghetti at the Italian restaurant when Michael Corleone comes in.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. I think Luca wasn't eating anything. I think he was just at a bar having a drink and they stabbed him with a fork.
He's just doing what he always does, just staring at a wall.
He doesn't sleep, he just kind of waits.
Just, like, he is as close as a person can come to being a statue.
I like to think that it was such a blow to the Corleone organization that they got a glass coffin like Lenin, and they had Luca Brasi in there.
But he doesn't know he's dead yet, so he thanks people for visiting.
Oh, thank you for the flowers.
Thank you for coming here and visiting my grave.
Oh man, this is really creepy, Godfather. Just give it time. It'll pass. This problem will work itself out.
Yeah, he'll ride eventually.
It's like, eventually his tongue will fall out, and then we'll be all right. And his mouth's just moving, but he can't make any more sounds. And it gets so creepy they cover him up with a blanket. They just cover the whole coffin with like a thing, and then they kind of forget there's a coffin under there, so they start eating dinner on it.
They just put pictures and pictures. There's a television on there.
It just becomes an end table.
Yeah, like the grandkids eventually visit. Like, oh, what's under here? And it's just silent mouthing.
Like, this is why we put those strawberry candies on top and the root beer floats.
Did he finally, cack? And when the kids lift the blanket, it's just him, his clawed, screaming face frozen.
I think it's just a skeleton, just to confuse him even more. Oh, what's under this? Huh. Okay. Yeah, that's
And then 500 years in the future, when mankind has fallen, like an earthquake unearths his glass coffin from a glacier, and he fights for humanity.
See, I was thinking another route. I was thinking that all of mankind has been tainted by like nuclear fallout or something.
Yeah.
So in order to clone humans again, they have to find a perfect DNA specimen that's been preserved, and it's Luca Brasi.
That's the only intact genome left.
Yep, and they use him to bring humanity back, but they're all Luca Brasis.
And they don't know how to talk to each other. They're all super formal.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, sir.
I am honored with your presence on this day of brunch.
Your honor honors me. I am honored by the honor of the brunch that you honor me.
Here are your meals, gentlemen. It honors me that you are eating at my delicatessen.
Thank you very much. You honor us by bringing the food in a quick and very timely manner, and in a very nice presentation.
You honor us with your food. You honor us with your patronage. We are honored.
Waiter, I would be honored if you would come to our table now.
Oh, you honor me with such a generous tip.
There would never be another war.
Nope, they'd be so happy with each other, or too dumb, whichever comes first.
It's like, whatever's funnier, that's the reason they don't have any wars. But it's kind of like the Time Machine, where there's that race of Morlocks that live underneath and are tainted still, and they try to go to war with the Luca Brazis.
Yeah.
We are honored for you to come to the surface now.
But the Luca Brazis are kind of like that surface-dwelling race that are kind of dumb and live in decadence. And they're more harvested. The Luca Brazis are more cattle than anything.
It's like if you go down deep into the Morlocks land, you'll see a bunch of Luca Brazis powering their cities and everything.
just a Luca Brazzi on a big hamster wheel.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a sausage in front of him that he's chasing after.
But he's still happy about it.
Yeah.
It honors me that you allow me to power your civilization.
Would someone please do something about this friggin' guy? I can't stand his upbeatness. Listen, do you want to go up and get another Luca Brasi? Those things are tough to bring back. Like, this one took months to break properly.
Like, most people just leave them behind because they won't shut the hell up. Though I imagine, like, they bring the civilization back together and there's just, like, the first international broadcast. Like, my fellow Americans, it honors me to be sitting here in the presence of my compatriots in the seat of the United States President.
I didn't vote for him, neither did I.
I voted for The Rock. I don't know if it's literally a Rock or Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I think that it's both. I think it's a rock that has evolved from Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Like that's secretly his superpower. He's like Kirby when he changes into that boulder.
Yeah, he's got the rock powers. he can just
turn into the thing.
Huh. Let's see him turn back, but it's a one-time only transformation. And that man almost won the presidency.
Yep. I could see it.
Yeah. Luca Brasi or a rock, and it's like,
Don't see that in a Stan Lee comic. Dwayne The Rock Johnson as the thing in the Fantastic Four.
He runs for president against Luca Brasi, or as I call him, Super Luca Brasi.
And he faces the Incredible Hulk.
Who smashes him into dust and thus eliminates any potential he has for a re-election campaign.
And then the Incredible Hulk faces his biggest nemesis yet, diabetes.
And he doesn't win that fight. But after he dies, we seal him in a glass coffin.
And then he comes back as he comes back as Skeleton Hulk. And he rides a motorcycle.
And he has a chain whip.
And then, after that, he's sealed in a glacier. And is brought back to life in 1,000,000 years. And builds a base on the moon.
And that's when things get a little silly.
A little, Stan. A little.
Like, it does actually bring up a question. Who would win in a fight? The Hulk? Like, not Professor Hulk, I mean like the real Hulk.
Yeah.
Or Godzilla. Because let's think, the Hulk and the Avengers took down one of those giant silverfish things with one hit. One punch did it in. I think Godzilla would have his hands full.
Like, I think Godzilla would win, but he's not gonna. It's not gonna be an easy fight. I think it's gonna take a few lickings.
Like, Godzilla would try to step on him, but the Hulk would just hold the foot up and push him down. Then Godzilla would get up and look stunned.
Yeah.
I think the Hulk can climb, so he has the ability to.
He can jump.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think the only way Godzilla wins is if he eats him, and if the stomach acid gets the Hulk.
If he eats him, like the Hulk's just gonna punch right through him.
So yeah, I think Godzilla. I think Godzilla will lose this fight. I think the Hulk's got it.
I think his atomic breath will kind of just burn him up.
It'll just make him,
and he'll have to retreat. But it'll be. Oh, then again, radiation. Radiation kind of made the Hulk who he was.
Yeah, if it's gamma breath, then it's just gonna make him stronger or kill him. I don't know.
It's UV breath. It just gives him melanoma.
I mean, so now his skin's just a little bit. A few shades of different green.
Yeah, with a few suspicious moles that he has to have the doctor look at.
I mean, if he can withstand the power of the Infinity Gauntlet, like, I think he can withstand the power of Godzilla breath. Actually, I don't know. Could Thanos withstand the power of Godzilla breath?
I don't know. That's tough.
Like
he withstood the Hulk.
Yeah, he withstood. He withstood Scarlet Witch's powers for a little bit.
Well, barely.
Yeah, I mean, he still did it.
Yeah.
So then he went home and, ate his turnips.
Old peg-leg Thanos, on his dumb farm eating his turnips.
Like the greatest warrior of all time.
The biggest villain.
Like, just sitting there raising turnips.
Yeah. Just, I could have been a god.
It's like, I remember when I fought all the Avengers, when I completed my life's work. Oh boy, those are good days. And he looks at the turnip.
Like, it's kind of like, it's at the end of the day, it's all out of spite. Like, yeah, I guess I'm looking at the sunrise on a thankful universe, but I'm not thankful. Like, yeah, he verbatim did what he said he was going to do, but like screwed himself in the process.
He didn't realize that by getting his wish, it meant that he would have to eat turnips for the rest of his life.
Like, one bad winter and he's done.
It's like, did you ever think about planting like strawberries or something? Like, they're not
else.
that hard to
Like,
to grow.
I'm guessing they're turnips.
Like when I was a kid, I remember I was cutting the grass and I saw that there was a strawberry patch that was just growing in the side of our yard because I guess some bird shit a strawberry seed and that just started. So strawberries aren't that hard to friggin' grow.
Yeah,
but why turnips?
It's a hardy root, a hardy root vegetable, just like Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos is just an eggplant. So you think it was all logic for him? Like, I get all that I need for sustenance with these turnips, and there's nothing showy about it. Like,
I guess if there is any vegetable that describes Thanos, it would be the turnips. If bear with me, but okay. If the Avengers took place in the food fight universe, Thanos would definitely be a turnip.
I don't know. I think there's California raisin in him somewhere.
I can't deny that old lump chin.
It's like, okay, so like you think it's like a penance thing for him. Like, he knows, like, even though he feels that by destroying half the universe that it's like it's gonna be a better thing for them. Like, he still realizes that he still killed half the universe, so he's like, I don't deserve strawberries. I only deserve turnips.
Man. Oh, poor guy. Killed untold trillions. I'll just eat these turnips. That's my penance.
Yeah, that'll make it even. It's like, listen, I may have wiped out eons millions, trillions and quadrillions of families and all this devastation, but I am eating turnips for the rest of my life, and I'm not even going to put any flavoring on it.
So I think we're even Stevens.
I don't even cook the turnips. I eat them raw. I pick them out of the ground and I eat them.
I'll even clean the dirt off.
They taste like ash. Is that what you want? Like, yeah, your parents may have turned to dust, but I eat dust. It's kind of the same thing. Really, I'm the victim here.
I did this for you.
Like, I was trying to help the universe, and what's my thanks?
Turnips. Oh, Thanos. You dummy.
Like, I like to think that, after a few... If the Avengers didn't come by and chop his head off, like, given a few years, like, he would have been... There would have been scarecrows sitting across the table from him that he would be talking to. Oh, come on, eat your turnip, Jack. He's got a whole family.
Jack, it's your turn to change the bedpan.
Alright, change the bed. Okay, I'll change the bedpan. It's like, he shits in a pot. And he just he soils it. He fertilizes his field with it.
Like,
these turnips are more Thanos than Thanos would like to imagine.
It's the circle of life if you think about it. You think MCU would let us write
I
write
think
a
so.
movie?
Like, we'll write the next one, like, where Thanos comes back. Like, it's the alternate universe where Thanos is still setting the sun or watching the sun set on a grateful universe.
Or it's just that 5-year period where Thanos
he doesn't die before the 5-year period.
Like, how long was he kind of
like a month?
I don't know. He built a farm.
He had a farm. I like to think.
He not only had a farm, he had crops. He had those turnips. Like, he was there for a couple of years.
They were all built out of turnips. All the the house was built of turnips and feces.
This is the land that turnips built.
I like to. Yeah, he knew exactly where to go on this planet. So I like to think he had this. This was like his poker shack. And he just was like, you know what? I guess I'll go to my poker shack and just live there.
So, like, he kind of had this place set up.
Yeah,
like he had one of his slimy goblin people kind of build this place as he's around in his, flying around in his ship?
No, I think this was throughout his like the 30 years or so that he was doing his conquest. I like to think that every now and again he'd stop by, maybe add a few more stuff. Maybe
this was his midlife crisis building. He built this like just to prove that he could.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I haven't. Actually the Infinity Gauntlet was his midlife crisis. This was just a side project he did in his 20s, and it just kind of took off.
That was his hippie project.
It's like, usually...
I'm gonna live off the land. I'm not gonna be like those other parasites. And then he could...
Oh, these turnips are awful.
Yeah, then he could only build these... he could only grow these turnips. And
the soil pH was just perfect for one type of vegetable.
It was... At the end of the day, it was a failure on his part, and that's why he killed everyone. Like, well, if I can't grow the crops I want and live off the land, I'm just gonna kill half the universe.
He used to have Galactus over every now and again to play cards with him. When he killed half the life, he also tried to snap away most of the turnips and try to start anew, but it just didn't work. Too much power for the Infinity Gauntlet.
When he came back, like half the turnips are gone from the ground. Son of a bitch!
I can't believe, man. You know how long it took me? This is the worst thing that could have happened to anybody.
Like, you have to think, Thanos. You also killed half of the California condors.
Yeah, well, I don't care about that as much as my turnips. Man. He starts planting the seeds. He's really bitter about it. Just brings all his turnips back. That's what destroys the Infinity Gauntlet.
But, like, it also puts some of the souls of the people he snapped back into it, so it's like Freddy's Pizza.
Or the turnips are singing like the Blueberries and the Muppet Babies. Scared the shit out of me. I was afraid to eat blueberries for... I guess forever, because I haven't eaten blueberries since then.
Got blueberries in the fridge. We'll have to correct that.
Oh, those blueberries have been there for like a year.
No, they haven't.
Did you just buy them?
Yeah, they've been there for 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm still not gonna eat them. I had a blueberry Pop-Tart. I like blueberry Pop-Tarts.
That's the same.
It's kind of the same. It's blue inside.
It tastes like berry.
It's got that weird, disgusting blueberry taste. The only reason I grew an affinity towards blueberry Pop-Tarts is because I was in boot camp, like for the last couple of weeks. Once you got to a certain level, if you wanted to grab a Pop-Tart, like you pretty much could. Like technically you could grab it from the beginning, but you would get a raft of shit from the drill sergeants if you did. But once you reach a certain level, like you could just like, yeah, I'm gonna have myself a Pop-Tart. No one's gonna say anything. Like I even had what's up?
Was that a privilege you had to earn?
Pretty much, yeah, just by being being there for long enough. And I remember one time I took one for lunch, and I was eating the Pop-Tarts because I had one with every meal because it was the only flavor they had. They didn't have anything. I think it was trying to dissuade people from eating the Pop-Tarts because all you had was blueberries. Like, is it worth it, really? But drill sergeant walked by, watched me eating it for lunch. Well, I had other things for lunch, but it was my snack. And he looked at me and said, "Not just for breakfast anymore, huh?" "No, sir." And that was all he said, and walked away. And so I kind of grew a taste of enjoying blueberry Pop-Tarts. I hated it at first, but it was like, yeah, this is better than, nothing.
You still eat it just to shove it in that sergeant's face.
Yeah, you're damn right it's not just for breakfast anymore. Ugh.
Well, I can't do anything about this.
I'm gonna eat whatever I want.
Oh, you're lucky.
I am, thank you. I like cherry Pop-Tarts.
I only like the chocolate.
Oh.
The fudge.
I like that one, actually.
You don't?
No, the strawberry frosted's like the basic one, the one that everyone gets, and I like them. I actually like that one better not toasted than toasted. But for some reason, I really like the cherry one. And, of course, s'mores. The s'mores are too good. They get to the point where it's like mortal man is not meant for such pleasures.
Like it's made of pure ambrosia. It's meant to feed the gods.
Like I always felt guilty when I ate the Pop-Tarts or the s'mores Pop-Tarts because I was like, do I deserve this? What have I done to earn this kind of privilege? Like maybe if I climb Mount Everest, I can do it. Maybe then I'll earn... Nah, maybe... Alright, I'm the first man to walk on the moon. There we go. Is that worth it, though? Like, is that worthy of such a treat? I'll just eat it whenever, I guess.
Like, it's... Like, fat kids eat it. You can eat it.
Like, I can't even put it in the toaster because A, apparently it destroys toasters.
Yes.
2 of them.
Wait, you broke the other one?
There's 2. We broke 2 of them from the.
What's this weak
I
shit?
know. I broke 2 of the shitty toasters that you got from the Salvation Army.
Mm-hmm.
And like the first one went in and just stuck to the inside, and that was the end of that. And then the same thing happened like with the second one. So, then I got that one. There was nary a problem with that one.
That cooks them fine?
Yeah, that cooks them fine. And also it's got the little release button, so it pushes the Pop-Tarts up, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, so that's why I got that one. And it's delicious, and it was more than $1 and cornmeal at the Salvation Army.
$1 and cornmeal?
That's how much you paid for the damn toasters that you got.
I forgot how much.
I remember it was like something ridiculous.
I was broke back then.
It was like $3 for a toaster? That's good eating.
Oh, it was...
I guess to be fair, I did destroy it.
I was going to say, the toaster was working fine until you stuffed it full of pastries.
A toaster that can't cook Pop-Tarts, I think, is a shitty toaster.
I was cooking Pop-Tarts fine.
I was cooking them fine, too, until the one time I wasn't.
Like, it doesn't help that you're stuffing it in there like the Samsonite ape.
I put it... Yeah, I guess it didn't help that I laid it down horizontally and tried to cook it like that. But that's how you get the best even
Actually, if you laid it down horizontally, you might not have had a problem.
Oh, no, not the toaster. I mean, I put in the Pop-Tarts in horizontally.
Perpendicular Pop-Tarts are the best Pop-Tarts.
It's the only way I like to break the Pop-Tarts open and then put them into the thing. Like, split them in half, maybe.
I like to crumble the Pop-Tarts and then sprinkle them through the heat elements and then collect them on the crumb collector on the bottom.
What I like to do is I just take the casing off the toaster and then I jam the Pop-Tarts into the little pieces that shouldn't get Pop-Tart in it, and I let the whole thing cook.
I like to put a heavy brick on top of the toaster so that when they pop up, they crush.
The only good way to cook to toast these Pop-Tarts in this toaster is to unplug it first, and then put it down there, and then just don't plug it back in and put the whole thing in the microwave.
I like my Pop-Tarts extra toasted, so while it's toasting, I put the toaster in the oven.
I like my Pop-Tarts to be just a little juicy, so when I toast it, I throw it into the bathtub. So yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I broke 2 toasters with my Pop-Tarts. That's why I bought you a good toaster.
Look, it's a good toaster.
I bought Greg and his family a Darth Vader toaster one time, and they didn't like it, so they never used it.
Really?
Yeah, I think Greg actually took it when he got home, but Mel was like, "Yeah, thanks, but we have a pretty good toaster set right now."
Didn't it actually like toast Darth Vader?
No,
shapes?
It toasted the Imperial symbol,
that's
and
cool.
I think it toasted the word Star Wars. Although when their toaster broke, I think I did actually see it. Now I think that I think I did see them use it in their kitchen. And I was happy about that. I'm like, good, you're getting some use out of it now.
Some poor schlubs just get Jesus on their toast.
Yeah, the Virgin Mary on their toast, but no, we get Star Wars written on there in case we forget where Darth Vader is from.
Like they could have had the next one, but there's an Imperial symbol on covering his face.
It's like it's Jesus on one side and Star Wars on the other, and it's like really confusing. Like,
what is that, Obi-Wan? I don't know.
And on that note, I can't remember the name of the movie.
The current resident.
The Current Occupant.
The Current Occupant.
Yeah, I personally thought it was not very good, but it was never boring, so I will give it that.
I thought it was all right. I thought it was a decent thriller. A bit underwhelming towards the end, but well worth the time. I did not regret watching it one bit.
All right.
Toodaloo.
See you later. That'll hold a little SOBs.